Lewis. I mean, it's just, I'm laughing. If you don't laugh, you're going to cry. It is getting to the stage. I mean, 4-0 was embarrassing, but it was against Man City. And we've just lost to Fulham 2-1.
No, the best part is, everybody predicted this shit. I could easily come off here and I could read off the same hymn shit and be like, lower your standards, the team ain't good enough for top 4, top 6, yada yada yada, I don't give a shit. We all have got to that point now. I don't think there is anybody who's looking at this team and thinking, you know what, a couple results, we can pull back and maybe get top 4. No, it's not happening. Top 4, top 6, top 10, I don't want to hear any of that bullshit anymore. As far as I'm concerned, get me 15 points, get to 40, we stay up, we move from there. That's where we're at right now.
You're killing me, mate.
Fulham, bruv. This is a West London derby. I was like, at least turn up. And you know what? If we lose, but we've had a good performance, whatever, we're shit. I don't care. We'll move on from that. We didn't even play well. We didn't even try to play. The only people who turned up was Thiago Silva, as per usual. João Felix, who went through the cycle of a Chelsea attacker, started off brilliantly, petered out, went to do nothing, and then got sent off. Typical Chelsea, that. Also got our standard injury in Zacharias. That's another midfielder down the bin. We're down to, what, 12 injuries now?
I can't keep count,
and
mate.
we got Liverpool next week. Things will get worse before it gets better, my guy. It's just the same old shit. Kepa, I don't know what the fuck he was doing for that second goal, but this is why, in spite of Kepa's form this season, I can't 100% trust him, because he's going to pull moments like that. Chalobah is someone who I've really sat on and backed this season because he's been unbelievable, and it doesn't take away from his performances. But what the fuck was that for the Willian goal? And also, yeah, Willian scoring. Like, everybody didn't fucking predict that happening, because we are that laughable. We are that much of a fucking comedy joke that Willian, a guy that I have slandered for the last 5 years, is duppying our team. This is where we're at, bruv.
You know what, we are laughing, but we have gone through that much pain. I mean, there's no point being angry. I mean, you just have to accept.
I'm in a mix, man. I'm angry and I'm just laughing at it because this is the furthest thing from Chelsea I've ever seen in my life. We are Fulham Broadway FC at this point. We are not Chelsea. I refuse to call this team Chelsea. This is a joke. This ain't our football club, the one that gets fucking battered week in and week out by everybody. We're lucky to have only lost this game 2-1. And Fulham were the better team. We knew they were the better team going into it. They're literally above us in the league.
There's only one team in Fulham.
And there is. And there is. Yo, watch out, bro. Yeah. And they are. They genuinely are. It's that bad. Like, you can see it get pissed off about all the chants and everything. We're fucking terrible. We're shit from the front to the back. We look like 11 individuals today. And that's the thing where I'm going to start looking at Graham Potter for. I'm not on the Graham Potter out bandwagon. Fact is, this team is dog shit. And Potter isn't going to change anything. I will keep that same energy. But I'll get him for the lineups, for the decisions in game. What the fuck is taking Mount off and bringing Gallagher achieving? You're putting the same fucking thing on with less football IQ. What is taking Hall off and putting Cucurella on going to do? Nothing. There is no change. What is starting Mount and Havertz in every fucking game going to do when they are the two highest underperforming players we have? What is that going to do? That's where you can get a Graham Potter. And he needs to start manning the fuck up. Players that don't want to be here, players that aren't performing consistently, fuck them off. Fuck them off, because they're the ones that are holding us back. Mason Mount endlessly ignoring João Felix, ignoring Kai Havertz when they're making runs, overplaying the ball every fucking time. I don't care if you clap the fans off. I genuinely don't if you can't even apply yourself on the football pitch.
But I mean, it's better than just walking off.
Yeah, it's a cop-out though. Like, congratulations, because Havertz, Cucurella and Ziyech didn't do it, you fucking dickheads. I saw you lot do it again. But it doesn't change anything, because the players that do turn up are even the ones that are outperforming for us anyway. Havertz, yet again, all that 60 minutes from João Felix showed me is that is everything that Kai Havertz should have been doing for us. He hasn't got the level of football IQ, he hasn't got the application, he hasn't got the ability to take on players. Hell, in the first minute or two, you saw João Felix take a player on, beat him, put it on a plate for Havertz, and then he went into his same old bullshit of just tapping it straight at a defender.
What do you say to fans who defend Havertz, defend these players who are underperforming, and say, you know what, these players can't actually be that bad? What do you say to those fans?
Enemies of progress. Every single one of them are enemies of progress. If you sit here, you stand and you defend these dog shit players, in spite of the fact that we are fucking 10th halfway through the season. I don't want to hear this fucking Havertz is generational bollocks, Mason Mount minerals, all this fucking bullshit. You know what would be minerals? Some fucking open play chances. That would be minerals. How about looking up when there's a player making a run? That would be fucking minerals. Not this dog shit that I'm seeing week in and week out, but then we're going to praise them. We're going to say, oh, you're in the mud because they fucking had one assist or they fucking scored for the first time in a blue moon. A broken clock is right twice a day. World class is consistency and application. That is why Mount and Havertz have been the two players that have been got at the most, because they start the most and they're the ones that disappoint the most on a consistent basis. You can't be standing anybody not called Silva, James, maybe Chalobah at this point. Kovacic shit. Koulibaly shit. Lewis Hall was crap. Fucking Mount, Havertz, we already know the same old shit. Who else saw it? Aspi was shit. Kepa was shit. And this is the problem, they're all individuals. None of them haven't got a clue what to do in terms of decision making, in terms of link up play, in terms of being able to make patterns of play. We are individuals. And this is why we are the least cohesive side in the top 10. We're not going anywhere, and we're getting battered by literally any team that plays us. Win, lose or draw. It doesn't make a fucking difference.
What do you say to the fans that were chanting for Abramovich and Tuchel? Because we saw it again. And to be honest with you, I had this sense of pride. I thought, oh, I really want to do it because I love them. I love Tuchel. I love Abramovich. But they're gone. They're gone. Exactly. And I just feel like, you know, if you're going to support the team, do it. But don't pile more pressure on the manager than you need to. I think that's a little bit harsh.
They're villainising Tuchel at this point. Because now I'm hearing all these Tuchel chants and I'm not thinking, this is the guy who won us the Champions League. This guy gave me one of the happiest moments of my life. I'm thinking, this is the guy who left our team in the mess that we're in right now. Man who said, I don't want any midfielders. We have Gallagher, we have Loftus-Cheek, we are fine. No, we are not fine. We all knew that we needed midfield reinforcements in the summer. He said no to them. He's the one that had this team playing like dog shit before he got sacked. Well, we're just going to forget Zagreb. We're going to forget Southampton. We're going to forget Leeds. We're going to forget that Fugazi win against West Ham, which is the fakest 3 points I have seen in years, since we won at Cardiff back in Sarri's season. We're going to forget games like the Arsenal game, the Newcastle game, the fucking, even Norwich when we won 3-1 away last season, but they absolutely bent us over a barrel for the entire second half and they got relegated. Arsenal, Brentford, Real Madrid, I can keep fucking going on. Tuchel is part of the reason that we're in this mess. Stop bringing Tuchel's name into it before we start focusing on the negatives that Tuchel did that led us into the mess that we are right now. Let Tuchel be gone, let Tuchel have his legacy and forget about him. Same thing with Roman Abramovich. Stop bringing these two up, because it's also Abramovich, it's also Marina, it's also the board and their dog shit policy over giving defenders less money than attackers, over fucking signing players without the manager say so, board signings like Havertz and Lukaku that are the difference between where we are right now and where we should have been. So stop bringing up Abramovich, stop bringing up Tuchel, because when you do that, we're only going to bring up the negatives, because they're part of the reason why we're here. It's not all Bowley, it's not all Potter, it's part the old regime, it's part the new regime trying to adapt. Stick with what we have. The problem is not Bowley, the problem is not Potter, the problem is this dog shit squad that the old regime assembled. It's their problem and we are the ones trying to fix it right now. Nothing's going to change this season, that's why we're dog shit, we ain't going to go anywhere. But as a bare minimum, can you play with some pride? West London derby against Fulham, can you turn up for that at the very least? How is a guy who has been here for 2 days moonwalking into this lineup and being our best player, being our best attacker? If that's not a bigger indictment of how shit our attack is, I don't know what is. We all had the questions of Felix. Is he going to be Havertz 2.0? Is he even going to change anything? I saw the difference in João Felix and every attacker in this squad in 60 minutes. that doesn't say anything about where this squad is, how much of a rebuild we need. I don't know what is, but it's clear again, I will repeat myself, the squad is the problem over the manager, over Bowley, and the more you whine about Tuchel, the more you whine about Abramovich, it's only going to make the place more toxic. It's only going to make the place more toxic.
Just to finish off, mate, your predictions going into the Crystal Palace game.
What? Say that again? Alex, say that again.
What's your prediction going into the Crystal Palace game?
Well, we're losing. Come on, man. You think I'm confident for any shit? I've got nothing to be confident for. Dortmund away is just a day I get to witness the Signal Iduna Park in all its glory. That's it. Liverpool away, I'm in a 50-50 mind about even bothering for that shit. Because what is the fucking point? Palace, we're going to go there, we're going to go home and embarrass ourselves yet again. Or God knows, we might actually scrape something, but I have no confidence in this team to do anything. Why would we have confidence for literally any team? You could talk about the top of the table, City battering us, fucking Arsenal taking the piss out of us. You could go to the bottom of the table and talk about Nottingham Forest wiping the floor with us and us having 0 shots on target, 0 shots, 0 touches in their box in the entire second half. I don't care who you put against us, I have 0 confidence. These players inspire no confidence. These players inspire no motivation. These players couldn't motivate water to be fucking wet, let alone actually inspire me to do something for 90 minutes. So why am I going to think we could go to any game and win? People say, oh, you're negative, you're too negative. Why? Why? Because we play like shit for 90 minutes. Maybe that's why. Maybe this team doesn't give you any faith, any inspiration. People are justified to think that. We are 10th. And I don't care about 15-16. This team's worse than 15-16. This is the worst Chelsea squad I have ever watched in my life. It's the least cohesive team. It's the team with the least attributes to lean back on and rely themselves on. There is nothing. There is nothing in the squad from top to bottom except Thiago Silva and Reece James. And one of them's injured. That's the difference.
Thank you, mate.
No worries, bro.